Good morning. Boy, that organ music definitely gets your attention. It's so nice to see so many of you. I love the 9 o'clock service, but then I don't get to see a lot of you, so it feels great to be here. Last week, I sent an email to the Board of Trustees of this congregation asking them to nominate me for a second term as the trustee to the board of the Unitarian Universalist Association from the Pacific Central District, which is the district that we're part of. This association covers nearly 1,100 congregations across the United States. This has been a very time-consuming volunteer position, one of those hardest jobs you will ever love. A few years ago, the UUA board decided to address many of the governance issues that had been tackled over the years by various commissions, including the size and the expense of the UUA board itself, and the effectiveness and engagement of General Assembly business meetings, what we fondly call plenaries. A major part of the work in this area has been greater dialogue and understanding of the values of our member congregations. So I have been leading this dialogue effort for the UUA board, and recently our working group published a summary of the first set of dialogues with a representative sample of 65 congregations across the United States. Our next set of dialogues will be with even more of these congregations, hopefully including this one, and we will do it in partnership with the district boards. I anticipate this to be active over the next few years and would really like to continue my role in shaping it to provide the most value for the congregations that participate in it. I'm also co-leading a team with the IT director of the UUA to enable GA delegates across the United States to participate in General Assembly off-site and online. This means you could watch the plenary sessions that are happening in Charlotte, which you've actually been able to do for a number of years, as well as speak in and act and vote as a delegate from anywhere with a good broadband connection. All of this, of course, plays to my need to do stuff. So periodically, I caution myself to remember that the reason I joined this church was not to do stuff. It was to open my heart and open my will to this community, and to use the great privilege that I've had given to do something that's much larger than myself. So I echo what I hear from so many of you, that giving in this community means you get so much more than you give. So speaking of giving, I'm not sure how many of you are on consultant Mike Durrell's email list, but he often has simple yet powerful challenges for us. The latest is to give to our congregations an amount equal to what we would spend in holiday giving, expressly for the church to give to those who are less fortunate. 50% of all working Americans in the last 3 years have experienced a job loss, reduction in hours, or reduction in pay. And I suspect it's actually worse in the Bay Area. This community, right here in this room, is impacted too. So I invite those of us who can to join me in giving to our minister's discretionary fund, specifically to provide a little help for the members of this church community. Some of us have great timing, and some of us don't. So I encourage those of you who need that help to know that you are cared for and have a community to turn to, just as I have for the last 9 years. Thank you all.